Hello, today I'm making this Discord server fight to the death. Why? Because I said at the end of my last video I linked everyone in this Discord server that if the video got one or more likes, I would make them all fight to the death. Or, well, 24 of them are fighting to the death. Anyways, our contestants are Doc, Axo, Colt, Jay, Leia, Winter, Styx, Nero, Jacob, Morgan, Decon, Pudis, Saint, Fridge, Michael, Harry, Z3, I don't know if it's how to pronounce it. It's probably pronounced Zitor, but I'm going to pronounce it Xtor because I think that's more funny. Ghost Claw, Minimum Wage. I don't know if this is pronounced Chico or Checo or how to pronounce this. I am sorry. I'm just going to pronounce it Chico for the video though. Sweetly, Cake Knights, and Boob. Anyways, proceed. Wait. Before I do anything else, place your bets in the comments on who you think is going to win. I am placing my bets on Pudis. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Pudis is going to win. Anyways, Saint runs away from the cornucopia. Pudis runs away from the cornucopia. Colt runs away from the cornucopia. With the first death. And 4 people already died. What? Winter, Ghost, Harry, and Doc form a suicide pact, killing themselves. Honestly, I feel like I should just start all over if 4 people are dead at the very beginning. Anyways, Michael runs away from the cornucopia. Jay runs away from the cornucopia. Xtor stays at the cornucopia for resources. Leia rips a mace out of Jacob's hands. Tom runs away from the cornucopia. Decon, Sweetly, Z3, and Axo share everything they gathered before running. Boob and Chico fight for a bag. Boob gives up and retreats. Morgan finds a bow and some arrows and a quiver. Neo and Styx fight for a bag. Styx gives up and retreats. Ugly Idiot runs away from the cornucopia, and Cake Knights runs away from the cornucopia. Proceed. Neo runs away from his Saint. Zitor constructs a shack. Leia explores the arena. Ugly Idiot searches for firewood. Chico is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Morgan makes a slingshot. Z collects fruit from a tree. Michael discovers a river. Axo picks flowers. Styx picks flowers. Pudis kills Decon with a hatchet. Boob questions his sanity. Jacob receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Most likely, whenever someone receives an explosive in this, they never end up using it. Cake Knight searches for firewood. Colt, Jay, Sweetly, and Tom hunt for the tributes. Proceed. Oh, we all have an arena event. A tsunami roars into the arena. Ugly Idiot survives. Boob holds Styx underwater to drown. Morgan survives. Colt survives. Sweetly is swept away. Saint survives. Pudis and Neo smash their heads together as the tsunami rolls in, leaving them both to drown. Pudis, I bet money on you winning, and now you're dead. Jay survives. Chica defeats Leia, but throws her in the water to make sure she dies. Cake Knights and Axo smash their heads together as the tsunami rolls in, leaving them both to drown. Jacob holds Tom underwater to drown. Morgan and Xtor smash the... Did I say Morgan? Michael and Xtor smash their heads together as the tsunami roars in, leaving them both to drown. Z3 is swept away. I cannot lead today. We're not even on day 2, there's only 16 people dead. Should I just start all over? If this is... if this ends too quickly, I might just do another game and see who wins. Proceed. Only on night 1, and there's like 8 people left. Jacob defeats Boob in a fight but spares his life. Saint defeats Morgan in a fight but spares his life. Chico thinks about home. Colt destroys Jay's supplies while he is asleep. Ugly Idiot tries to treat his infections. The feast. We're at the feast, and it's not even day 2. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memories from the tribute's families. Colt decides not to go to the feast. Eco decides not to go to the feast. Jacob stabs Boob in the back with a trident. Saint decides not to go to the feast. Morgan kills me for my surprise. Whoever kills Morgan, I want to win now. Jay takes the staff lean against the cornucopia. Day 2. We're finally on day 2. Jay taints Eco's food, killing her. Saint searches for firewood. Morgan discovers a cave. Colt makes a slingshot. Jay accidentally detonates a landmine. Did you say... What? Is that the landmine that he was... Jacob just killed himself, I think, with his own explosive. 4 more... Who is left? 1, 2, 3, 4... There's 4 people left, and it's not even night 2. Do I, have it so, people die a lot or something? Is that, a setting? I might have to look at my settings. Proceed. Anyways, Saint receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Jay stabs Colt with a tree branch, and Morgan tends to his wounds. Anyways, day 3. Jay diverts Saint's attention and runs away. Morgan searches for a water source. Anyways, Colt is dead. Night 3. Morgan receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Saint cries himself to sleep. Jay tries to treat his infections. Jay explores Elena. Saint begs for Morgan to kill him. He refuses, keeping Saint alive. There's 3 people left, and you are leaving people alive now still. Night 4. These 3 have night 2 is the last death. These spend multiple days without death. Morgan receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Hopefully you don't pull a Jacob and blow yourself up with that. Jay quietly hums. Saint loses sight of where he is. Morgan runs away from Jay. Saint dies of hypothermia. Anyways, the winner is... Jay begs Morgan to kill him. Really? The guy that killed me ended up winning. The winner is Morgan from District 5. Good job, Morgan. He also tied with Jacob and Jay for the most amount of kills. Huh? Okay. What? Why did everyone die so quickly, though? Options. I have it set to high death rate. Let's change to medium, and then... Let's simulate it again. It's at medium now, so hopefully there'll be less deaths. Okay, who do you think is going to win this time? This time, I'm betting on Jay because he got second last time, and I don't want to bet on Morgan. Styx gathers as much wood as he can, and Morgan clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Jay grabs a backpack and retreats. Michael runs away from the cornucopia. Colt scares Extor away from the cornucopia. Cake Knights and Deacon fight for a bag. Ignites gives up and retreats. Sweetly runs away from the cornucopia. Ghost gathers as much food as he can. Doc, Neo, and Boob work together to get as much supplies as possible. Winter runs away from the cornucopia. Axel runs away from the cornucopia. Jacob runs away from the cornucopia. Z3 runs away from the cornucopia. Tom runs away from the cornucopia. Ugly Idiot clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Saint gathers as much food as he can. Chico finds a canteen full of water. Pudis finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Harry takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Leia gathers as much food as she can. Okay, this time... Last time we had 4 deaths here. This time we had, none, I think. Unless I'm forgetting someone. Okay, day 1. Hopefully more than half of the people survive day 1. Axel receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Knowing how those go, people probably just go blow themselves up with any explosives they get. Tom scares Colt off. Chico, Winter, Styx, and Doc raid Jay's camp while he is hunting. Harry, Michael, Saint, and Neo hunt for other tributes. Jacob thinks about home. Z3 explores the arena. Sweetly diverts Boob's attention and runs away. Deacon goes hunting. Exeter collects fruit from a tree. Ugly Idiot tries to spear fish with a trident. Pudis, Ghost, and Morgan hunt for other tributes. Leia diverts Cake Knight's attention and runs away. Last time there was 16 deaths. This time there was none. Anyways, Styx starts a fire. Saint goes to sleep. Leia destroys Morgan's supplies while he is asleep. Chico, Jay, Cake Knights, and Doc sleep in shifts. Sweetly starts a fire. Haley tends to his wounds. Boob cries himself to sleep. Winter lets Jacob into a shelter. Deacon sees a fire but stays hidden. Axel tends to Neela's wounds. Exeter screams for help. Tom and Ghost hard to tell stories about themselves to each other. Z3 begs for Ugly Idiot to kill her. He refuses, keeping Z3 alive. Pudis, Michael, and Colt sleep in shifts. Ugly Idiot makes a slingshot. Saint, Jacob, Jay, and Boob raid Harry's camp while he is hunting. Michael receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Colt diverts Sweetly's attention and runs away. Morgan searches for a water source. Exeter, Axo, Nero, and Pudis hunt for other tributes. Chico fishes. Tom makes a slingshot. Z3 stalks Cake Knight. Leia receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Okay, this one's a big one. This could either mean someone is dying, multiple people are dying, or they're just hunting together. And these 5 are just hunting for people together. Okay, there's still no deaths. Last time there was too much deaths, this time there's not enough death. Z3 tries to sink herself to sleep. Colt and Leia think about the tributes still alive. Saint tends to Axel's wounds. Exeter and Ghost Claw sleep in shifts. Okay, please tell me that these 4 means someone is dying. Neo fends Sweetly, Deacon, and Cake Knight away from his fire. Doc lets Winter into his shelter. Okay, maybe this time someone dies. Nope, Jacob just fends them off. Okay. Ugly Idiot looks in the night sky. Styx passes out from exhaustion. Jay receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Harry and Boob huddle for warmth. Pudis and Chico tell stories about themselves to each other. Still no deaths. Anyways, Jacob chases Sweetly. Colt defeats Michael in a fight but spares his life. Chico receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Jay diverts Doc's attention and runs away. Ghost Club practices his archery. Saint overpowers Cake Knight's killing her. Finally, a death. Took only 3 days, while the last time everyone just died in the bloodbath and the first day. Z3 thinks about home. Deacon sprains his ankle while running away from Nero. Morgan fishes. Pudis hunts for other tributes. Ugly Idiot fishes. Tom sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Styx explores the arena. Winter receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Axel sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Boob scares Exeter off. Leia questions her sanity. Harry camouflages himself in the bushes. In the arena event, maybe people will actually die now. A swarm of tracker-jackers invade the arena. Tom survives. Ugly Idiot slowly dies from tracker-jacker toxins. Finally, he survived way too long, honestly. Doc survives. Michael survives. While running away from tracker-jackers, Axel grabs Pudis and throws him to the ground. Styx knocks Neo unconscious and leaves him there as bait. Winter survives. Colt and Boob run out of places to run and stung to death. Run out of places. Oh, for some reason it took me forever to understand what that was saying. Sweetly and Jacob run out of same thing, they're dead. Leia survives. Deacon slowly dies from the tracker toxin. While running away from tracker-jackers, Jay grabs Ghost and throws him to the ground. Saint survives. Chico survives. Exeter and Z3 run out of places to run and are stung to death. Morgan survives. Harry is stung to death. 13 cannon shots. Day 3 came and now half of the people are dead. Anyways, let's see who has the most kills at the moment. Okay. Saint, Styx, Axo, and Jay all have 1 kill. And a bunch of other people are dead. Anyways, this is who's alive and who's dead if you were curious. Proceed. Leia receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Saint, Doc, Morgan, and Winter tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Ix receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Axel convinces Michael to snuggle with her. Tom climbs a tree to rest. Jay sees a fire but stays hidden. Chico climbs a tree to rest. Proceed. Arm makes a slingshot. Sticks, Saint, Morgan, Doc, and Leia hunt for the tributes. Jay fishes. Chico swings her ankle while running away from Michael. Winter convinces Axel not to kill her, only to kill her instead. That was rude. Anyways, Axel's the only death that day. Night 4. Doc stays awake all night. Jay thinks about home. Leia, Chico, and Saint sleep in shifts. Michael convinces Tom to snuggle with him. Morgan attempts to set out a fire but is unsuccessful. Sticks cooks his food before putting his fire out. Winter climbs a tree to rest. Day 5. Winter and Leia split it up to search for all resources. Doc receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor that he will most likely never use. Jay overpowers Saint and overhears. For a second I thought that said overpowers, and I thought that he killed them for a second. No, he just overhears them talking in the distance. Morgan receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Sticks receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor that he will either never use or blow himself up with. Tom and Michael split up to search for resources. No cannon shots can be heard. Chico passes out from exhaustion. Morgan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Leia climbs a tree to rest. Saint receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Michael cooks his food before putting his fire out. Tom thinks about home. Doc quietly hums. Jay goes to sleep. Winter defeats Sticks in a fight but spares his life. I cannot lead today. Sticks discovers a cave. Tom goes hunting. Jay thinks about home. Chico thinks about home. Leia steals from Michael while he isn't looking. Saint receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Winter collects fresh fruit. It just says fruit. I don't know if it's fresh or not fresh, but collects fruit from a tree. Morgan goes hunting. Doc receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. There's still no cannon shots. It's been a few. I'm pretty sure this was the last time anyone. Actually, no. Axel died here, but no one's died since then. Tom, Michael, and Morgan discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Saint sets up camp for the night. Leia climbs a tree to rest. Let's eats clean water from an unknown sponsor. Winter and Sticks hold hands. Doc stays awake all night. Chico dies trying to escape the arena. The feast. Okay. Saint decides not to go to the feast. Winter decides not to go to the feast. Leia, Sticks, Morgan, and Jay team up to grab food supplies, ice weapons, and Emily's. Tom and Doc threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Well, Michael decides not to go to the feast. Day 7. Winter goes hunting. Leia travels to high ground. Michael discovers a river. Sticks tries to sleep through the entire day. Morgan tends to Saint's wounds. Jay is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Arena event. There's another arena event. The arena turns pitch black and nobody can see a thing. Michael accidentally makes contact with any lethal plant life? Spiny leather? Okay. Jay finds and kills Sticks, who was making too much noise. Morgan survives. Saint ails his weapon around, accidentally killing Winter. Leia survives. 6 more cannon shots. We have 1, 2, 3. Wait, do we have 3? Do we only have 3 people left? Isn't this the final 3 from last time as well? What are the odds of that? That the same final 3 would be the final 3. Oh no, we had 4 left apparently. Anyways, Saint, Leia, and Jay cheerfully sing songs together. Sorry, Leia, I did not realize you were still alive. Morgan attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Saint and Jay work together for the day. Morgan thinks about home. Leia receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Anyways. Leia's profile picture is too dark, so it looks like the deceased. Anyways, proceed. Jay and Leia talk about the tributes to alive. Saint looks at the night sky. Morgan sees a fire but stays hidden. Leia camouflages herself in the bushes. Morgan picks flowers. Saint dies from hypo. Isn't that how Saint died last time? Jay searches for a water source. Morgan starts a fire. Jay tends to his wounds. Leia receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Leia receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Morgan chases Jay. No deaths that day. On to night 10. Morgan questions his sanity. Jay questions his sanity. Leia looks at the night sky. Jay springs his ankle while running away from Leia. Morgan tries to sleep through the entire day. Day 11, there's still no deaths. Okay, I think that this is going to be the last day. Jay spears Leia in the abdomen. Morgan attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death. And with that, Jay is the winner from District 2. And got 3 kills as well. Weren't these the final 2 last time as well? Anyways. Good job to Morgan and Jay for winning. Jay also got the most kills. In fact, not much people got kills. Most people just died from arena events again. And yeah, that was the video. If you want to see these people fight to the death again, get this video to 2 likes, and I will make a second video where they fight to the death again. Except Jay and Morgan will be removed because they are clearly too good since they got final 2 both times. So I'm removing them if I do this again and putting other people there. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.